If you're not, let us know as well. Land Masters for marketing. Okay, yeah. So there's a lot of people that are using um, VAs for marketing side of things. So Dan, when you're sort of using a VA for marketing, are they simply just helping you list? Um, no. Okay. Awesome. No. Currently. All right. So you got a VA for listing. Yeah, I think for the most part, everybody uses a VA for helping to list their properties on Facebook. So awesome. Well, today we're going to sort of talk a little bit about what we're working on inside of Pebble. We're going to showcase that, how that all looks like inside of Pebble when it comes to managing your team. At the end of the day, we want your team members to live inside of Pebble as well. So right now, you're able to get them in there by sharing your username and password through LastPass, right, or something something secure or somewhat secure like that, and get them in there. And there isn't really any way to make a distinction of who did what and who needs to do what, and there's really no communication in between there. And we're moving in that direction where Pebble will be able to house your team inside of there, and you'll be able to make comments and communicate with each other, and essentially assign tasks to each other to work on. So, Kevin, you are here. Are you able to share your screen and sort of show them what we're up to? And
can you make me the presenter?
Yeah. What am I doing here? Okay, let me try this. Presenter.
There we go. Okay, share.
And I think some of you guys do know, as we mentioned in our last update roundup, we are working on rebranding, and essentially the design of Pebble is also going through some reworking as well. For the most part, the layout is staying the same, but there's going to be a completely new facelift with everything as well. So you're looking at it right now.
So this is the brand new design for Pebble. We've really tried to tighten up things, sort of get the focus on the pieces of information that really matter to you, and we're pretty excited about this new interface. This will be a few weeks before we're ready to launch this. We're sort of working out some kinks, but we think that people are really going to like this new interface. We basically tried to simplify the navigation to really like the core main things that you care about, and then we've also kind of moved your user account information up here, so that'll hopefully keep things nice and tight for everything. So this is the new look, and this will change a little bit, but this is mostly ready to go. Now, what Jesse was mentioning is that along with this new look, we are going to really focus on getting multi-user accounts, is what we're calling them. So these are people who might be using Pebble, but using it in more of a team setting. Maybe they have their VAs who they would like to be able to come into Pebble and do some work, but they'd also like to be able to manage that communication with their team. So I will show you a few of those features right now. So let me just let me go over to my account settings here. The first thing I'm going to do is actually upload a image of me so that we can show how we've got this new avatar thing. Hold on, let me see if I can find one. It's been a while. I'll try this one. Okay. So we have the new. Something went wrong. I guess I gotta fix it. Again, we're not ready to ship this yet, but we will have profile pictures so that you can upload those and have unique profile pictures, and then that'll change up here. So looks like I got to fix something there. But the main thing that we wanted to show today was our new team feature. So this will be on your account screen where you can go over to this team tab. And you can see that I have 3 team members on my account right now. I've got me, first last. I should say Kevin Rocco. That'll be Kevin. And then we've got Yuli in here, who's our CTO. And then Jesse is also on this team. Now, to add new team members, super, super easy. You can just say, let's say, at example.com. So this would be like the email for your VA and that you want to bring in. And then you can decide whether they're going to be an admin or a member. Now, if they're an admin, they basically get access to this settings page where they can go in and change your templates. They can update property settings and also change your like billing, credit card, those sorts of things. So if you don't want your VAs to be able to have access to that kind of admin stuff, you just select them as a member, and then basically they just won't see any of those things. So we just click send invite, and that's going to send that user an email, and then they'll basically get a link that will say you've been invited to join this team in Pebble. So they'll click that, they'll type in some information, set up their account, and then they will show up in this list. Now, once you've got your team set up in Pebble, the next thing is that we're going to show is how you can actually communicate with that team. So I'll go over here to my properties. This is where a lot of people are spending most of their time. Again, we've refreshed this. We've moved all the filters to the left, and then have your properties list over here. So
I know there's a bunch of you guys who just joined in recently. So if you're looking at this and you're like, what is this? This is actually the new look for Pebble. Again, we're doing a major rebrand, so that will happen. This will be out there shortly, sometime early next year, hopefully in the New Year's.
Yep. So it's coming soon. So not too much has changed in terms of functionality. We've really just tried to keep things really tight on the visual side, and give you access to the things you need. So now you'll notice, like when you scroll the page, these filters stay here, so you can easily see which you're currently filtered by. But all the information that you had before will be there. So let's just hop over into a property here, now that we've got our new team members. So this is the new property screen. A couple things that have changed here. We've got this new tabbed interface here so that you can see all of your property information in one spot. We know that those of you who had maybe lots of custom field sections, you sort of had to scroll a lot. We've tried to minimize that by putting everything into these tabs right at the top of the page.
Callan says, "Oh my God, tabs!
Tabs,
Tabs for the win!
Tabs for the win!" Yep, that's all for you, Callan. So everything else has pretty much stayed the same. You've got your property stages up here, but the one thing that we put here on the left-hand side is a new comment stream. So this is a great way for you to just make general comments about this property. If you're in a current state and you want to just make comments about, talking to a buyer or seller, if there's some due diligence issue that you've got, you can throw a comment right over here on the left. And another great thing about these comments is you can tag people. So I can say at Jesse, and just click his name there, and I can say, hey, we're ready to start marketing. I guess I gotta fix that, but basically,
so I'm just laughing at the comments, not what's going on with you.
Yeah. So yeah, Jesse can, as soon as I mention Jesse, he will get an email with a summary of all of the comments that he's been mentioned on. So he'll get that, and then we can have this conversation going. I can just make general comments that don't have any mentions in them, or I can call out different users, and they will get notified of those. So Jesse and I can have our conversation over here. All of the notes will keep track. Also, all of the buyer and seller comments. So if you've got a buyer and a seller tied to this property, you will also see their comment stream here on the left-hand side. So basically everything about this property, everything related to this property in terms of comments will be listed over here in one spot. So we really think that that's going to give a great opportunity to communicate with your team on that.
And these comments are directly related to this property. So this stream
Right.
of comment or activity is only tied to this property. So that means, you're not going to have like a running list of activities for everything. It's simply once you sort of go into a property, then you'll see the specific comments for that property.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yep. And you'll also be able to see any mentions that you have. This little notification icon up here. If you log in and you have a new comment, there'll be a little bit of a number there saying that you've been mentioned a few times. You'll basically click that, and it'll pop up a panel showing all of the properties that you've been commented on, and then you can quickly link to those properties and start doing your work. So we think this is great for VA teams where you want to reach out to your VA and just say, hey, come over here and start the due diligence process, or there's something you need to check. You can have those conversations right here within Pebble.
And your team will also get email notified. So when they're ever tagged, those batches of comments or whatever, those notifications will get batched and then sent out to their email. So they'll get notified as well.
Yep. So that is the new commenting and team feature inside of Pebble. Any questions about that?
There's one thing I wanted to mention. I think that is really cool, which we've done here is, if working with VAs sometimes, if you need to batch your hours together with another investor, what's really cool about this is that let's say for example Callan had a VA that is working out of here, and that VA told Callan, hey, listen, I can pick up more hours. Do you know anybody else that can use me? Or then she can literally share that VA through Pebble. They will essentially get added. That VA will get added to another account. So that means that VA can toggle between working on Callan's account and then Carla's account or whatever. So it makes it very easy and seamless for them to jump around and work on everybody's account. And then they can batch their hours together and make it more worth their time to be able to spend their time working with you guys. So you can absolutely start talking with other investors and saying, hey, if you're using Pebble, let's sort of, but we might as well share the same VA. They know the system already. They know it very well. And it's for them, it's just a toggle between the accounts, so they can hop back and forth between the two accounts. So,
yeah, that's a great point. So, yeah, basically, if you are let's say you're a VA and you belong to Callan's account and Jesse's account, basically your two accounts will show up right here in the dropdown, and you can switch between those two accounts. So we think that's going to be a really cool thing for those who have that situation.
Yep.
And also, if you've got a friend that you're bringing into Pebble and you want to show them around, and they can actually invite you to their account. So they could, let's say you've got somebody that you're helping kind of get acclimated to Pebble. You could just say, "Hey, invite me to your account," and then you can switch over to their account and do work inside there. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and you don't need to, like Sean, you don't need to be a VA like Kevin just said. So, if you wanted to, I don't know, let's just say, a rock star investor or whoever, and you want to get into the account, they're open to sharing information with you. Yeah, they'll just add you into their account, and you're essentially a team member inside their account. So you can have a peek and you can toggle back to your own account. So really, if you guys are doing group coaching, or even like if you're in part of a mastermind, you guys want to share stuff with each other, you'd definitely be able to do that as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let me, that's, I think, anything else we wanted to show on that side?
I think, we didn't show the lead side of things, did we? The commenting on the leads.
Yeah, that's pretty much the same.
Yeah, that's true.
The comments will show up on that property screen.
Right.
Yeah. It should look fairly familiar to those of you who are using the buyers and sellers lead.
And just as a heads up, we are working closely with the team over at Land VA for You. and another shout out to Callan. Callan, you're just getting picked on here. But Callan, thanks for putting us on to, and Callan and John, I think both of you guys put us on to Land VA for You. The two team owners, Pete and Anthony, and we were hoping to have them on this call today, but they won't be able to join us today. But we will be working with them, and we're going to be helping with the training process. So they will know how to use the entire, REI conversion suite when it comes to, land leads, land list, as well as Pebble. So if you needed somebody that knows how to use the system, is going to sort of stay updated. And obviously, it's a learning process for everybody. It's not like they're going to know every nook and cranny of Pebble immediately, but they are going to be on sort of a ongoing training basis with us. And so we'll continue to work with them. If you need a VA, you can head over to their site, which is Land VA for You. So the letters .com. Reach out to them. Again, the owners are Pete and Anthony. They've got a great team set up there, and you can sort of work with their team of VAs, and they can help you but help you with some of the processes that you're doing inside of our systems. Mm-hmm. All right, let's jump into some more Q&As here.
Yeah, so Joe is asking, will there be any other integrations besides HubSpot? Yes, we are going to be actively adding integrations as we go here. Now, we have the Zapier integration, which if you're not familiar with Zapier, they basically are like a bridge between apps. So if you can sign up with Zapier, basically Zapier will connect with just about any product out there. And then from Pebble, you can connect the other side of your Zapier, and you can tie those two together. So I know some people are using it with Pipe Drive and Follow Up Boss.
Out of curiosity, Joe, what are you hoping to have an integration with?
And we will be adding more direct integrations down the road there.
Okay.
Follow Up Boss, yeah.
So let me show you something, because Joe, I know you're using our websites. I'm going to share my screen. We wrote this article just recently, and this has been really helpful for people. I had a feeling it was Follow Up Boss. I'm the one asking, how do you share my screen?
The little plus icon.
Yeah, I know, right? Yep. Okay. All right. So, Joe, if you go to our knowledge base, we have a direct article just on integrating with Follow Up Boss. And what's really cool is you don't need any third-party software. Basically, when somebody submits a lead on any of your sites, there's a format that you can sort of if you follow this instruction, you just paste this in as a message that will get emailed into Follow Up Boss. Follow Up Boss will parse all that information and organize that for you. It's really cool. And I know a lot of people are starting doing it this way. You don't need Zapier. You don't need anything. As long as you're using our sites, you can push that right directly over to Follow Up Boss. And I heard it works like magic. So give that a shot. I know people are really happy about that, but that is another way that you can directly bring your, especially your buyer leads over and directly into Follow Up Boss. And by the way, some of you guys that sort of have started with us a little bit earlier, if you haven't gotten around to checking out our updated, what we're calling our success guide, make sure you check this out. There might be some things that you didn't set up early on, or you didn't understand the process. We go through like a complete linear path of getting everything up and running from your websites to Pebble as well. So that's just reiconversion.com/success.
Sharonda, it sounds like Sharonda's pretty happy about the comments. Hell yeah!
Will there follow us? Can we still post to our website like HubSpot? Can we still post to our website like HubSpot? So right now, inside of Pebble, you're able to post through using the REI land list integration right now. We are working on something that'll be a lot even more tighter than that. Right now, you still have to hop back into you still have to hop back into your website and finesse some information. We hear you guys loud and clear, and I know that's something that we're going to be working on down the road. But that is something that we're still going to be working on as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Stay tuned for that.
All right, let's keep the questions rolling. So today was sort of us showing you guys how team management is going to work inside of Pebble, and we just wanted to again open this up to Q&A and hear any questions or even any questions in general you might want to throw at us.
And then another thing, I don't know if Jesse's mentioned this either. We are going to be sort of rebranding Pebble to be more tightly integrated with REI conversions. So Pebble will now be known as REI Pebble. And so not much changes there from your perspective if you're currently a user, but basically the REI conversion website will be the place where you see both Pebble and the Land List and Land Leads websites. So just trying to bring that all under one roof.
Yeah.
And we got a new logo too. It's pretty snazzy.
Yeah. I see some people typing here. And what else was I going to say here? Yeah, I think most of the changes you guys will see is going to happen in the new year. Kevin, the sort of styling and the reskin for Pebble will probably be rolling out in the new year as well, right?
Yes, it will be along with the
complete rebrand.
The rebrand. So. Mm-hmm.
I know that you mentioned that it may be possible to get envelopes included with offer letters, a return envelope. Yeah, that is possible. We haven't set that up yet. We've put it out there before, and I out of curiosity, I mean, you would have to pay for that return envelope. Is this something that we've heard a couple times about this before? Is that something that is really sort of huge for you guys? Is anybody thinking about including return envelopes as well? Okay. Yeah, so Lob does sort of give us that option to include that. So it is something that we may consider down the line. Okay.
Yep. Which would probably be an extra expense for us to set that up, but it is possible.
Now, all you guys are aware of the new bulk neighbor letter feature that we launched, right? We did that. We did a demo of that on our update roundup. We talked a lot more about neighbor letters. In fact, stay tuned. Callan and I are going to be doing a webinar on lasering in on moving your properties the last few weeks of 2020 through using neighbor letters. We're going to be doing some really cool stuff on there. But yeah, that's something that's going to happen in a couple of weeks. But are you guys all familiar with the neighbor letter tool that we sort of recently launched? I mean, we had the neighbor letter, but now you can sort of bulk mail that. If you haven't checked that out, it's on our YouTube channel now. If you sort of, I can think, go halfway through around like the 15, 16 minute mark, we sort of, both Kevin and I sort of go through that. Yeah, it's a Joe. It's obviously, I think most of you guys know, probably yourself as well, Joe. I'm sure you guys all do neighbor letters, but you know how powerful neighbor letters are. Now that you're able to bulk mail them, it makes it so easy that it should now be a no-brainer as part of your process as your marketing. And again, this is something a VA could easily take care of in a couple minutes inside of Pebble. All right.
Cool. Yeah, we're pretty excited about the new look here and the new comment feature. I think that's going to be a huge game changer for people who want to do teams and just want to kind of track generic stuff. We know that's important for people. Mm-hmm. And also stay tuned. First quarter next year, we've got some pretty cool new ideas for how we're going to sort of make the process of kind of walking your properties through your different flows a lot better. So we're going to be releasing some things that I think are going to be pretty awesome. So stay tuned.
Is there a way to prevent us from sending a neighbor letter to someone you previously included in a campaign? Not saying that I did, but yeah, it happened.
Yeah, we've got that feature requested a couple times, basically having like a do not mail option for different owners. So that might tie into that. Yeah, we'll have to figure out how to.
Yeah, and then there's been a lot of sort of talk about, how do we mark bad addresses and so on and so forth, and making sure we're not sending duplicates. So it's something that we've been thinking about as well. But currently, yeah, there isn't a way. So you'll want to make sure you kind of pay attention to who you're sending your neighbor letters out. I mean, your neighbor letters list isn't extremely long, so hopefully you have a good understanding of, a decent understanding of who you're mailing out to. If it happens, it happens type of thing. I'm sure it happens all the time. But yeah, you'll want to have a second glance at your list.
Yeah. Avoid those uncomfortable conversations.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Do we have any questions for them, Kevin?
No, I think this was just wanted to give a show off of the new look and get people ready for that.
All right. Well, that sort of wraps up this meetup. If there's no more questions here, this is going to be sort of our last meetup of the year. It sucks that we couldn't get anybody on here today, but next month we will have Jaron over from RE Tipster. He's a really creative guy in how he approaches land investing as well. So we're going to be bringing him on here. So if you have more questions, even outside of just the platform itself, please bring it. When it comes to marketing or acquisitions, you'll want to hear what Jaron does. Again, he approaches it very differently. The next time, so that'll happen next time on our next meetup. Yes, and a reminder, please join us. We're going to be doing a what do you call it? We're doing, both Cal and I are going to be doing a webinar next week. Like, it's laser focused on let's make this a last push for 2020 to get rid of your properties or any inventory that has been sitting around. That is going to be happening, I believe. Callan, that's on the 15th, right? Oh man, I don't have my calendar. I've got way too many windows pop open here, but I believe that's the 15th. I'll give you guys a time. That'll be 4 p.m. Pacific, if I'm not wrong, and 7 p.m. Eastern. So please join us for that. You'll see more of that inside. Oh, sorry, 4 p.m. CT. Sorry. That'll be announced inside the Facebook group as well as the tribe. So if you guys are not part of our tribe community, please shoot us an email. Right now, it's sort of a manual invite into the group. We haven't sort of set it up so it's easier for you to get on. But if you haven't gotten on, just shoot us an email, hello@Pebble.rei. We'll bring you in the group. Callan's in there. She talks, all systems and CRM. That's her background. We also have Travis, who has a subgroup inside of there talking more on acquisitions. And he's both of these people are happy to help, and we're always here, and the community is awesome in there too. We're still getting that community rolling. It's a little bit on the smaller side, but we hope it grows over time. It's just for Pebble user, and guess what, guys? It's not Facebook. So I know you guys are like celebrating. It's not Facebook. Hallelujah. Anyways, I'll stop rambling on. Is there any sort of last minute questions here? Sharonda, yes, I'll definitely add you into the group. Carla, just shoot me an email. I'll make a note of it. Both Sharonda and Carla, check your emails. You'll get an email link. You'll get a link in your email, and we'll bring you into that group as well. And Joe. Okay, and Joe. Let me write that down. I could have sworn I invited a few of you guys, so it might have went to your spam box. I'm going to do it within the next 5 minutes here, so make sure you look out for that and check your spam inbox as well, and go start posting any questions you might have, whether it's any sort of the REI conversion suite products. You can sort of ask inside of there as well. Mm-hmm. All right, guys, thanks again. We'll see you guys around. I guess this is our last sort of face to you guys before the new year and Christmas. Well, no, I'm going to be going on next week with Callan, but wishing you guys a happy holidays, and to really sort of ramp it up at the year end here for you, those of you guys have goals that you want to meet, and good luck to everybody.
Yeah. Look forward to 2021. Let's get 2020 out the door.
Yeah. All right, guys, take care and talk to you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye.